Hello, welcome to NLP Live Lessons. This is lesson number 3. So today I want to draw your attention to media. You've probably heard the saying that there's no such thing as bad publicity, but I am going to say that that is untrue. The reason why is because we can get so tangled up in publicity, in media, in what we're hearing on the news, what's going on in the radio, the newspaper. You know, this stuff is everywhere. Adverts, posters, there's stuff going on all around us, and whether you're doing it consciously or not, you are soaking up that information into your brain. And it may be news to you, but that information is going to be affecting your state, i.e. how you feel that day. So here's the thing. If you watch a movie where something very upsetting happens, you might notice that it causes you to, in that moment, get a bit upset and maybe even start to cry. Likewise, you've probably seen a funny film where it makes you laugh out loud. So we know that that kind of stuff, it does affect us emotionally. And it can leave us feeling either great afterwards, curious afterwards, sad afterwards. That's fine when, you know, you're deliberately putting yourself in that position because you want to watch a film. But when you're accidentally soaking this stuff up because you've got the television or the radio on from the moment that you wake up in the morning, and especially in the mornings, they do that really annoying thing where they do like a news update every half an hour. Like, what's happened in the last half an hour such that we need to hear it all over again? Now, the thing is I'm not saying that you should be unaware of what's going on in the world, because, you know, that might be something that you genuinely have an interest in. It might be the case that you enjoy current affairs, for example. That's fine. You can be informed. You don't need to be inundated, because you see, the thing is, it's very easy to get sucked into that world of bad news, and as human beings we prefer bad news. It sounds awful, but it's kind of in our nature. If we know about the bad news, we know what we need to avoid and we know what we need to run away from. That's how we're wired up at a fundamental level. It's really important that you make a point of using any bad news that you hear and turning it into a positive spin. So if you're going to listen to bad news, take something positive from it. So for example, if you hear something about, you know, a natural disaster that's occurred somewhere in the world, do something that makes you feel like you're adding to the relief effort. You know, raise some money for the charity that's going to send the Red Cross in, or something like that. If you hear bad news about politicians' spending habits and they're spending taxpayers' money and it makes you mad as heck, then make a point of maybe checking over your own finances. If you hear something about, you know, an increase in poor public health, do something that focuses on your own personal health, because the thing is, it's really tricky trying to change the world by watching the news. But you can change your world. You can take control over your own life, and you can make your own world, your own community, your own friends and family in a better place. So, tip number 1, don't indulge in the news. Tip number 2, if you're going to watch the news, take something positive from it and do something useful as a result. Number 3 in this little section is typically with the news, you know, we've got our heads in something. The head's in the telly, the head's in the news feed on your phone, your head's in a newspaper, your head's in the radio. I want to proposition that you put your head outside, in the actual outside world. Let me show you what that looks like. So if we just head over here, look at that, there's a whole world out there. You could be part of that. So that's my proposition to you. Get your heads in the outside world instead of in the world inside the television.